A while back I made a video about Thal'Dranath. In it we talked a bit about Thal'Dranath's chances of getting into Legion, and we compared it to other similar places. At some point in the video I draw parallels between this island and Farallon from Walls of Draenor. Both of them are zones separated from the mainland, and in their respective alpha builds both Farallon and Thal'Dranath are far behind the other zones from a development standpoint. I really looked forward to Farallon and was very disappointed to see it go actually, and the similarities between that and Thal'Dranath is enough for me to keep an extra eye on the area to see what happens to it. It would be very disappointing to see yet another zone be announced and then scrapped later on, so I go back to this place every new build that is released to see if they are even working on it or not. Since Blizzard has confirmed that Thal'Dranath is going to be patched content, they are almost guaranteed to remove the island somewhere before launch. That is to be expected, and we shouldn't really worry about that. The important thing is to see that stuff is actually happening to the place. And the reason I am making this video now is because, for the first time since the Legion Alpha began, there has actually been changes to Thal'Dranath. Now, when I say changes, I don't mean massive amounts of change. Thal'Dranath is still ridiculously far behind. But I took a closer look at it and it got my hopes up, so let's just go through the changes. So first of all, the rough edges going around the island have mostly been leveled out, and at the same time this dark outlining going around the place is removed as well. It is still just a flat chunk of land, but it's a start. Now when I show the picture, you probably spotted that there are some objects placed out around the coastline, and that's very much the case. Along the east coast there are a few rocks placed in the water, and on the southwest coast you have some vegetation. And when I first saw this, I got pretty excited. Perhaps slightly more excited than you should be when you see a tree. But the reason for that was because even though the Broken Isles look pretty damn good, it just doesn't remind me of the Broken Isles from Warcraft 3 at all. But the moment I saw this, I felt like it was the beginning of something much more inspired by the environments of Warcraft 3. And I just think it would be good to keep at least one zone close to the source material. However, that may not be the case, and I will explain why. If we bring these pictures up again, you will see that while not much has happened on land, some extensive work seemed to have been put in below the water surface. And yeah, it has. Actually, they seem to have put in a lot of effort in the seafloor all around the Broken Isles, and I really think it's a good sign that they didn't leave out Thal'Dranath from it. So as you can see, the new build really fixed up the water around the place, and the vegetation you saw on the shores actually seemed to belong down here on the seafloors. So I don't think it's the first objects placed in what will be the future Thal'Dranath, but instead it's just underwater objects that happen to come up to the surface by mistake. I really do hope they go for the Warcraft 3 feeling with this place, but we will have to wait to see about that. Right now I'm just happy to see the first changes being made to this area, because I think that increases the chances of this place actually getting released in the end. Alright, I think that was all I had for this time. Please let me know what you thought. I will be back with another video in a few days, so do subscribe if you haven't done so already, and take care.